What's going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here with our weekly watch list. This watch list is not going to be too much different than the watch list 2 weeks ago. It's just about the same stocks that we're watching, or we have been watching probably for the past 2 weeks, and will be watching for the next couple of weeks, I would imagine. The same sectors are still rolling, the same stocks are still rolling, but there is a couple in particular that I really think we have major opportunities in. One is a stock that I mentioned. In fact, I'm going to start from kind of the bottom up. One of the stocks that I probably maybe about a month and a half ago was looking at when this stock was up above $1 or breaking through the dollar area. This is CHFS. This is CHF Solutions. They closed at 36 cents on Friday. They're up about maybe about 6 or 7 cents on the week. They have a conference that they're going to be participating in sometime in the middle of the week next week. I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. And I do anticipate with the movement up, any good news or anything in this conference will have this stock rolling up. I think this stock is way undervalued. This is a medical device maker that makes a device that actually gets rid of fluid in the lungs, and being that we're in this election infection stage, I think the market may be shifting kind of back towards election infection plays, and this being probably one of my favorite. They've, over the past couple months, struck a deal to have their products over in Israel. They have put out tweet after tweet of different hospitals purchasing their product and putting it in their hospitals and using it in their hospitals, presenting how who can use these products in the hospitals, and being, like I said, that we're in this election infection stage, I think this is a critical stock to take a look at, and being that it's so cheap at 36 cents, this stock is an absolute steal. I think if this stock breaks above that prior high, I believe it was on Thursday, of 37.5, 38 cents, this thing can start running, so I want you to definitely keep an eye on this stock. I mean, if it starts to, if it just trades flat or it's a dud, I don't want nothing to do with it. But if this thing starts trading, looking like it's going to trade 20, 25, 30 million shares in a day, this thing can have some momentum. So I definitely want to keep my eye on CHFS. Now, another stock that I'm looking at is a stock that we've been watching for probably 3 weeks now. One of my favorite stocks, short and long term in the market, and that's SUNW, Sunworks. These guys closed at $2.35 on Friday. We're down about a dime in the after hours. Looked like there was some heavy bidding coming in late in that after-hour session to kind of keep this thing right about 220, 230, right in that range. So I do anticipate this thing now. Keep in mind, this stock does trade a bit choppy. So you're going to want to be careful if you're trading Sunworks, because this stock, it just trades very choppy. I know I traded it on Monday, was looking at a trade on Friday, and this thing can shoot up 35 cents and then pull back 25. Shoot up 30 cents, pull back 40 cents. This is a very choppy stock, but if heavy momentum, heavy volume comes in this stock, this is definitely one I want to keep my eye on. Now, one other stock that I'm going to be looking at is Nano Dimensions, NNDM. They closed at $2.36 last week. This is a 3D printing company that I mentioned about a month and a half ago in my swing trade video, my listed swing trade video. These guys have the first desktop 3D printer for electric circuit boards. This is also a battery play, keep in mind, for the EV sector. What I do now, there's some negatives and some positives to this play. They did put out an offering. They had a huge day at the end of last week. I believe it was Wednesday, that these guys were just shooting up. Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember which day it was, but they had a really strong day, closed in the 330s, 340 area, was probably one of the hotter stocks in the market, and again, they threw cold water on it with an offering, with a shelf offering. They offered, I believe it was about 7 million shares, I believe it was, at $2.30. If that wasn't the case, this would be a $4 or $5 stock right now. This would have ran with the other ones on Friday. But the key thing for this one is ARK Investment did invest in these guys. As I mentioned on my Saturday video, ARK Investment has invested in these guys, has a couple 100,000 shares of this stock. Kathy Wood is a very intelligent investor, and I do believe she knows what she's doing. She has invested in some other 3D printing stocks, so I think she just likes this basket, this area. This is still a low float play, although they did put 7 million shares. They were a low float play before, still a low float play, not as low as some of the the other the main stock I'm going to be talking about, but it's still a low float play. And Nano Dimensions right now at $2.36, I think is a very good price. But I think with the offering, this may kill some of this momentum. So this may be a play if you're thinking about getting it, maybe a little bit of a longer term play, not necessarily this week. But I do think it's a give and take. I think with the offering was kind of bad news, but with ARK Invest investing in these guys, that a lot of investors see that as very good news, like they did with Workhorse and some of these other stocks that they've invested in, and you've watched these stocks just just grind higher. So Nano Dimensions is one I'm definitely looking at. Now, there's two main stocks that I'm going to be watching this week. These are definitely my two favorite stocks of the week. One is one that I mentioned a couple weeks back and I've been talking about is CBAT Energy Tech, CBAT. CBAT Energy closed at $3.13. In the after hours, they traded a little bit lower to close right around $3. I see this stock trading, this thing hitting $5 this week. I still think the same sector is hot. The same battery plays are going to be hot. So this is definitely one I'm going to be watching for any type of momentum, and I do think I see $5 in the future of this stock. Now, mind you, when I called this stock out 2 weeks ago and mentioned the stock on my watch list, this thing was only 96, 97 cents. So this is 200% higher than where it was prior, but I do still think this thing has some room. Now, for the number one stock on the watch list, and this could be my number one low float penny stock probably for the next month or so, I see this, maybe even for a little bit longer than that, and this one is WWR, Westwater Resources. This stock closed at $4.42 on Friday, only to pull back and close to at about $4.10, $4.08 in the after hours. This is a very low float stock with only 7.6 million float. They did trade over 100 million shares on Friday, and I do anticipate that to continue. This is an energy materials production company, and this is the only battery-grade graphite miner in the United States. With Trump's executive order focusing primarily on the country's reliance on foreign grabbing these materials, they want this to be domestic. They don't want to rely on these foreign countries anymore. This will be a major player in the EV battery space, no doubt, for a long time to come. They're talking about doing business with Tesla, Nissan, Duracell, GM, LG, Samsung. They're working with a major auto manufacturer but have not disclosed who it is yet. So there is a very big catalyst in the future as well too with these guys. So this company has very little debt, very low float. This is in a booming sector and with a good catalyst on the horizon. If I had only one stock to buy, this would be the one. I think this thing goes to $12.50 by the end of the year and possibly $25 long term. I love Westwater Resources, WWR. Now, I would like to see, because this stock is heavily shorted. They did shake out some of the shorts on Friday when it went up over $5, $5.50. It had pulled back. This again is a heavily shorted stock. I'd like to see this thing pull back. If this thing maintains and holds that key level of $3.50, which this is what I'd love to see, I'd be in a heartbeat, because then I think this thing can go parabolic on a short squeeze. So the main stocks that I'm watching this week, the two main ones are CBAT and definitely WWR. Those are my two favorite, with WWR being my favorite stock. NNDM is a stock I'm watching kind of just to see how the market takes to that offering. I do like the news with this company. I do like this company, definitely, but I do think some cold water has been thrown on that flame with the offering, so I would just keep a close eye on it. And then the other two, I'm watching Sunworks. As always, this stock, I don't think that $8 is out of the question. Hitting that again, who knows? With the low float in this stock and this, the sector momentum, I definitely like Sunworks. And kind of a flyer play, a very low price penny stock that I like to keep an eye on is CHF Solutions, CHFS. So that's all I got for you on the watch list. Please like. Please share, please subscribe. Any questions or any stocks you want me to look at, put them in the comment section below. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend, and let's get that money and make it the biggest week ever, traders. Let's get that money.